What I'm learning is sometimes you don't need to learn anything new. You already have all the information you need. What I need sometimes is just perspective. I need someone to share their story or how they view certain problems or situations. Growing up, I was a very fat, chubby, and awkward kid. And going into my 20s, I did a lot to work out, lose weight, get into shape. And the thing that would always happen is I would get to a point where I would get really, really fit, or I'd be right on the verge of getting abs, or right on the verge of hitting my peak performance, if you will. And right before I got there, I would self-sabotage myself in some way. Something would happen where I would stop showing up to the gym, or I'd start overeating again, or getting back into my bad habits. And I did that several times. And the reason is I couldn't accept being that version. I couldn't accept being that type of person because I never understood what it meant to be that person. I felt like a fraud. I felt like I was being an imposter in some way. I would say, once I get lean, once I get fit, once I get abs, once I start eating healthy regularly, then I can identify with being a healthy person. Then I can say that I'm not a fat kid. I would want to build all the habits and put in all this work so that I can say that I'm not that guy anymore. And right before I would get to that line, I would just come right back because I couldn't accept it. You need to start by being and then doing, not doing so that you can be. So here's how it changed. Let's say I get to a point where I'm hungry. I'm starved. My brain goes to pizza. I want to eat pizza, 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 pizza. I want burgers. I want pizza. I want lettuce, I want vegetables. Because I couldn't identify with being a healthy person, I would immediately be filled with shame. Oh my God, why am I thinking this? I can't believe it. This is so terrible. And then I would eat the lettuce and, I'd earn one more day. I would earn one more day to get me a little bit closer to being skinnier and to being healthier. The thing is, it weighs on me, and you can only go through that cycle of shame and regret for so long before you break. And I would break, and I would binge, and I would overeat, and then I feel shame and terrible about myself. And then the cycle would continue all over again. So here's the shift that I made. I was reading Atomic Habits, and James was speaking about identity and how to do certain habits, you first need to identify with being that type of person. Now I identify first as being a healthy person, as someone that wants to be healthy and wants to be active. So let's play out the same scenario, but with my new framework and the new perspective that I take on this. I am a healthy person. I'm someone that is healthy, someone that is fit. I'm hungry right now, and the first thing I want is pizza. Pizza, pizza, pizza. That's what I really want to eat. But I'm a healthy person. And what are the decisions that a healthy person makes? They put their macros, they put their protein, their fats, and their carbs in proper proportion in a balanced meal with whole foods. That's what I do, because that is who I am. And then I make the right decision. I'm no longer controlled or guilted by my shame for wanting to eat unhealthy because it's pleasurable, or it's faster, or it's easier, because sometimes it's more difficult to seek out healthy food or to make the right call. I just do that action. I start by identifying with that person. As an example, I'm a communicator. I'm a good communicator. I'm someone that wants to build that skill because I choose to, and I make decisions that that person makes because that's my identity. I want to be healthy, so I make that choice. I want to help people solve their problems. I identify as a problem solver, not a salesperson. I don't identify as an introvert and a shy person. I'm someone that works to build the skill of communication. I'm someone that chooses to be fit and healthy, and I make decisions aligned with that person. Even though I might not be that person yet, I identify with the decisions that person makes because everyone knows how to be healthy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. Feel free to like and subscribe.